Hello, YouTube. Again, don't have my usual IRP light on, so a little darker than usual, which is foreshadowing for the contest. The response I'm going to do for our good friends over at Fox Crew Cards. Got my, per the usual, the sheet of the questions they are asking in their annual MLB Prediction Contest. I like these a lot. I wish more people did them. I know Brad 8671 does one for NFL. I don't know if it's weekly or if it's yearly, but that's one I've got to try to be better at doing this year too. But this is their 5th annual MLB prediction contest. Reason I enjoy these, it'll give you, especially for this, for the baseball, if you write it down on a piece of paper in a notebook you usually use, you'll come back to it at some point in time, just because it's right there. You have 23 questions, then there's a 24th, I think, for the tiebreaker for the last question. First 6 are as follows: AL East, AL Central, AL West, NL East, NL Central, NL West. Who are your predictions for the division winners? Again, just simple. So I've got written down Tampa, Minnesota, Seattle, Atlanta, St. Louis, even with losing Pujols and to a greater extent Molina, and then San Diego. So if you see me writing stuff down, it's going to be me just doing this so I can not go back and look at the video and try to pop in what time all this stuff is prognosticated upon. Number 7, who's going to have more wins? The New York teams, Mets or Yankees? Hate to go with the Evil Empire, but I'm going the Evil Empire. That's the New York Yankees for you young kids. More wins. Chi-Town teams, Cubs or White Sox? I'm going the Southsiders, which again, for you kids, geography, learn it. White Sox from the south side, north side is the Cubs. Most home runs, the AL. Again, always a crapshoot. Judge had 62. I'm going to say, because I said him last year too, I think. I'll say Vlad Jr. with 53. I noticed I didn't do the NL, so I'm going to do an NL just for me, because it's always, if you do one league, I'm always, for me, just me, big part is do the other. NL home run leader, I will say, I'll say even with missing X amount of games, I think it's 18 or 15 or 20. I think April 20th is when he can come off the... I'm going to say Fernando Tatis Jr. with 46. Number 10, do the Angels make the playoffs? I said yes last year. Are we zoning? No this year. Who will get to 400 saves first? Craig Kimbrell, who has 394, and Kenley Jansen, who has 391. I know Kenley's in the Red Sox. Kimbrell, I can't remember. I don't know if he's... And this was like years ago already, it seems, when he was on the Cubs. He went from the White Sox to the Cubs. I'm going to go Kenley. Just because I think he's got a clear path in Boston for saves. Marlins, how many wins will they get? Saw today somewhere was like a 76.5 was sort of the number out in Vegas, which again doesn't mean much. I'm gonna say 78. I think they made a lot of off-season additions that make sense for the team. Not trying to overstep their expectations. Getting Luis Ariz from the Twins, that's going to be, I think, very big for them. Number 13, Jacob deGrom or Nathan Eovaldi, more innings pitched, plus the number of innings, whoever you guess. I'm going to Grom with 163 and a third. I think he'll get a good season out. I know I've heard both of them sort of nicked up in spring training, but it's March. I don't fucking follow baseball in March. Basketball's on. College hockey, high school hockey's on. Sorry, any baseball, any NBA, anything like that really isn't in my periphery. I just had a fantasy draft the other night for baseball, so that was my first foray into 2023 baseball. So I haven't read a ton into it. Strikeout leader in the NL. This will be another one too where I go to the AL. That isn't on here, but I do it again selfishly. And when they say strikeout, they mean the pitcher with the most Ks, and I believe the number they want too. I'm gonna go Verlander with the Mets now. Remember that. 221. And for the AL, it's got to be the guy that's always been there. Garrett Cole, 236 for the Yankees. This one I did not check who had most right now, but who will get 2,000 hits first? McCutchen, Altuve, or Freddie Freeman? The one thing I've seen is a couple injuries. The closer for the Mets, doing a little jumping around and popped his knee. Altuve got popped in the hand, broke his wrist or a finger. He's out for pretty much till June 1st. So I'm going Freddie Freeman by default. Because McCutchen, I know he'll start probably a majority of the time in Pittsburgh. But if they get off to a rotten start, how much will he start? Are they going to play the younger guys again? Sorry, Robert Lewis. That team is just not ever going to win again until they get new owners and they actually want to win. I want to go to that stadium. I mean, tickets I know are like $1 but it looks like such a great stadium, a great view, a great everything except the product on the field. Boston winningest pitcher. Didn't say a number here, but Tanner Houck. I'm going to go with him. Again, just somebody I can think of. I don't think Chris Sale. He needs to show he's healthy first. First manager to get fired. And it's out. That's such a crapshoot. I'm going to say just because I like him. But I don't know if he gets off to a rough start, he could be gone quickly because there's such medium to high expectations. Craig Counsell, if he's already gone and out of Milwaukee, that's on me. So, that'll be an 0 for 1 for me. Ohtani's team at the end of the year. I'm still saying Angels. I think if they traded him, they'd have to be in a brutal spot with a record, which very much is possible. But if they traded him, I don't know if you can get any fans back to that team. You might as well move that team to the middle of the Pacific Ocean then. We'll trade him away. Pittsburgh Pirates wins total, number 19. So I'll go 68. Trout games played. So 125. Kershaw innings pitched. I think I did well on this last year. This wasn't terrible. I'll go 120 or 136 and 2/3. 136 and 2/3 innings pitched. All-Star Game MVP. I'm going Gunnar Henderson, Baltimore Orioles. World Series matchup. A lot of interesting moves the Braves have made. That's one team I've sort of followed because they they have some numbers where it's like, okay, you got sort of battles and you're optioning out a lot of your guys that were predicted to win these battles. Vaughn Grissom, Mike Soroka, Kyle Wright's on the IL. Ian Anderson was an early option down to the minors. So you got a lot of rookies again. So you try to get Spencer Strider lightning in a bottle again. I just feel too many people are going to pick San Diego. I'll go that. Seattle versus Atlanta. Something we would have liked to see probably in 97. That would have been a World Series matchup everybody would have been geeked about. Tiebreaker. The number of hits in the World Series. So let's say you have 6 games, 2 teams. Let's say there's going to be a couple. 137 total hits. Tacking on for me at the end, because I'm, again, selfish. And again, I'd have to look back, but I think AL Rookie of the Year, I'll go Henderson with Baltimore. I don't think he played enough by like a few games, a few at bats. NL Rookie of the Year. I'm fairly certain he played more than enough. The sleeper team, I'd say, watch just for overall not conducive to this contest. It's Arizona. If they can get their pitching straightened out, I think they got enough hitting to. I can't think of the catcher they got. Montero. I'll say Montero from Arizona. The catcher they got in the trade for Dalton Varsho. He went over to Toronto. So that is my prediction. Thanks to Matt Mateo, again, putting this on. I know I'll come nowhere near it. It's a prediction-based contest, so that means I will be absolutely horrendous. But again, it's something fun, something I like doing a lot. I really do. And you see it takes 15 minutes. Probably took whatever, I'm trying to remember how much time their video was, maybe 8 to 10, 8 to 15, somewhere in there, same thing. So it takes a half hour just to do all this. And again, prize-wise, I don't care. I just like supporting them. Food challenges, so it's right up my alley. I should have had one on Friday night. I was down at OMC in Canal Park in Duluth. Had a Nashville hot chicken sandwich. It was hot. It was hot. Two of the people at the bar said it was like, you're a brave person, you're a brave man. And it looked hot, and like up in here, up in the old cheek region, numb, but I could taste. That was the key. Crying, cooking, but it was good. So again, Fox Crew Cards, thank you again for putting this on. Let's see what the chips fall. I like chips a lot too. That's the way I'm the size I am because I love chips. But thank you. Get amongst it. I think you got a day or two left to get, or no, you got more than a day. You probably have a week left to get in, and I wanted to just make sure. Maybe not. What the hell's the date today? I'll say by Wednesday. Wednesday I should get in. The 30th, 31st, somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I'm rambling. A minute of me sounding stupid. And remember, IRP, Tuesday night. On the YouTube channel, the same name. Thank you, Fox Crew Cards.